Man, yo, what's good? You already know what it is. It's your boy, LEB, aka Alex Trax, aka. Look, man, I just got done watching Mike on Hulu. Mike Tyson story, documentary or whatever, TV show, documentary, TV show, biopic, however you want to say it. So far, so good. They released 2 episodes. The first day it came out, they came out on the 25th. It's decent. I already know a lot about Mike Tyson. I had watched his documentary Tyson back in, I think it was like '08. So I had a good chunk of information already in my head before I watched the show. So I was really purely looking at this show off of strictly just being a fan of him and looking at it purely as a storytelling aspect, not really looking to know information and make sure everything's factual and everything like that. But so far it's good. I like the pacing of it. I like how it's like it gives you like a can't even say his name.
Martin Scorsese vibe.
Reminds me of like the Wolf of Wall Street or something like the Goodfellas. Very fast-paced, witty narration. It's cool. Definitely had great cinematography. It looked like I was looking at a painting almost when I was looking at the movie or the TV show. It was great, definitely great to look at. The guy starring in it looks great, and I mean that physically and also acting wise. Like, he sounds like Mike Tyson. He got his mannerisms down and everything. I mean, Mike Tyson, he's such a active public figure that sometimes, when looking at the show, he's just acting like Mike Tyson. Like, maybe some acting careers out there may feel like he did a bad job, because like you could just feel like he's acting like somebody else. But that's only because Mike Tyson is such an active, celebrity. Like, he's not one of these retired fighters or whatever, retired person in sports that goes off into the shadows. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, he's very active. So, you see Mike's personality all the time. But, I must say, despite that, this guy did pretty good. He definitely looked great. Major props on his training. He looked the part for sure. Swole with it cut. I damn near got research his routine, because, man, I'm trying to get like that. But anyways, the boxing was cold. The drama was great. I like how they give you a little bit more of an insight to his family life with his mother, because Mike Tyson really doesn't talk about his mother a lot, at least not in things I've seen. So it was nice to hear him talk about his mother and get a little bit more deeper insight and information on that. The woman who played his mother was great. I didn't know that Mike Tyson, I know he was getting in trouble a lot, but just the details of like how every time he got arrested, his mom came in and beat his ass all the time, just kept beating him. That's the only thing she could think of to do to try to discipline him or whatever. And then eventually he gets into a juvenile detention center where he meets this guy who was his version of disciplining the kids was having them spar him. He'll beat their ass, and Mike Tyson think him being tough, having a reputation of being a kid who wasn't afraid to fight and beating people up and stuff. After he was tired of getting bullied himself, got up in there and got his ass whooped, and that developed this hunger and this love for the fight game. So it's interesting. I thought that guy right there, I thought him playing Custom Out was cool. It was good. I kind of felt like somebody else probably could have played him better, but it was fine. I liked it. What else can I say? Because it was only 2 episodes so far. I mean, they pretty much just had a decent little summary of his early life, from when he was getting bullied at a young age, like I think like 8 or 12, all the way up to him first starting training and getting to the Junior Olympics, around 13, 14. You know, I didn't know that Mike Tyson was such a big kid. He had great casting as far as choosing guys that could, you know, look young, but at the same time still get that vibe that they're older, and, you know, pretty much present Mike Tyson the way he was when he was a child, like a man child. Like, he was always big. You know, he was born to be a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that served him well. I mean, he was just like the legend says, he was in there knocking guys out first round, first minute. You know, crazy. You know, he always had talent. And that's what the guys that were around him that raised him in boxing knew. You know, they wasn't just blowing smoke up his ass. Like, nah, bro, like, you could do this, you know. But I like how they show Mike Tyson's emotional and vulnerable side. Like, he wasn't always just this tough guy who, you know, never showed emotion, or the only time he showed emotion when he was trying to take your head off in the ring. Like, no, like, you know, Mike Tyson was very vulnerable because, you know, he felt like his life was nothing. He grew up in nothing. And I love how they demonstrated the neighborhood he lived in. It was like, it looked like a fucking bomb was released on that city. Fucking Vegeta and Goku was fighting in the area where Mike Tyson was robbing people as a kid. Like, you know, it was a terrible area. And they was able to present that well, you know, and show that, you know, he's a very emotional guy, because look where he come from, and he thinks that people won't want him because of how he grew up. You know, he was kind of like persuaded, not persuaded, but sort of like influenced into that environment, into the lifestyle he was, you know, grew up in, like, you know, robbing and breaking into people's houses and always fighting and stuff like that, you know, being bullied, and, you know, getting to a point where, you know, he said, all right, screw it, I'm gonna be the bully. You know what I mean? So, you know, I like that they showed that, you know, I feel like that's going to then foreshadow how he acts in the future, you know. And, you know, you gotta keep in mind also, like, you know, looking at this, you gotta remember Mike Tyson was only 20 years old when he first won the championship. So all those crazy shenanigans he got into, you gotta keep in mind, this guy's young, man, and all he knew was fighting. That's all he knew, from street fighting to, you know, a little bit more disciplined and organized fighting. But either way, he always was a violent guy. And, you know, and looking at these early years of him, you get to see, you know, that psyche of him developing that hardcore, I ain't gonna take no shit, what you say to me, what you gonna do about it, you know, type mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting how they push the episodes forward. Definitely gonna be down to see. I can't wait to see the new episodes. But yeah, so far, shit, out of 10 tracks, I give it 10 out of 10. It's great so far. Can't wait to see the episodes. And yeah, make sure you hit that like, make sure you subscribe, because you ain't gotta ask about it, and you damn sure ain't gotta have the answer to it, because you already know.
Yeah, it's in the night, I'm with my guys, we rock like clan, we walk like knights, we black like nights, gangsta at night, yeah, we strapped, get cut tonight, don't wanna do you like that, don't wanna